right, good afternoon, everyone. It's 4:15 p.m. It's Thursday. It's Potomac, Maryland. It must be time for the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. This is the third draw of many here on Thursday. This will be first-round competition for these Pool C teams. On Sheet A, we will have Roanoke Valley showing red stones against Team English throwing yellow. Sheet C will be Tata and Cheerio throwing red against the Board Games Weight team throwing yellow. Sheet D will be the Carl Anderson Experience throwing red against Curl Down for What? Throwing yellow. And our feature game here on Sheet B, Team Black from the Potomac Curling Club throwing red stones against Sponsorship Perks. We'll explain what's up with that name later. Team Yellow. They'll be throwing yellow. They're taking the ice right now. They're doing their coin flips to determine who's going to be throwing hammer and all that kind of stuff. We'll know that as soon shortly. Team Black from Potomac, as I said, Bruce Black is the skip, John Hale is the vice, Doug Andrew is the second, and the lead is Mark Howera. They actually won the Wood Memorial Classic Bonspiel a couple weeks ago, so they're sort of on a roll, doing well. On yellow, we have Sponsorship Perks. You might recognize these names if you're a curling fan. Skip, Scott Dunham, vice, Andy Dunham. Yes, the Dunhams from the fourth place team at the recently concluded U.S. Nationals and various other events. They're curling with a couple of their team sponsors. Julie and David Yeager, they are sponsors of their national level team. And one of the sponsorship perks, hence the team name, is that, hey, we'll take you to a Bonspiel. They went to the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel, which is a local for at least one of the Dunhams. He actually is going to school here and plays with our curling club. They also play with Philadelphia and various other clubs over the course of the season. So I have no idea about Julie or David's skill level or experience or anything like that, but they've got a couple of ringers on the back end, so that should be interesting. My name's Alan McNeil. I'll be doing your commentary this evening, and we have Todd Tritt on the controls.
Hi, everyone.
All right, so we've had some flips. We've had some handshakes. It appears that a yellow stone is in the hack, so that tells me that Bruce Black, Team Red, has the hammer. So this first end, sponsorship perks. David Yeager getting ready to throw his first stone. Scott Dunham's asking for a out-turn draw guard, probably. I didn't see him place his broom, but we shall see. David pushing out. He's got pretty good form, if I may say so myself. I feel like that's going to be a little bit heavy based on what I've seen this ice play in the first two draws of the day. But on the other hand, we did just have a scrape, so sometimes things change. Stone is definitely coming into the house. It's going to be pretty deep in the house. It might stick in the back 8, I think. Yeah, maybe even just nuzzling the back 4. That's a viable first stone of the game. Bruce Black asking his lead, Mark Howera, to go ahead and hit that out. I'm sure he wants the shooter to hang around somewhere, but we'll see what happens. All right, like I said, welcome to the game. We only have a few viewers online. I'm sure more of you will join as the afternoon goes on. If you have any questions, concerns, want to hear what's going on any of the other sheets, anything like that, feel free to chat in the chat. We'll answer those questions when we get a chance. All right, Mark Howera's stone is coming down. There's a little inside the line desired. He does make contact and enough to remove the stone. He also uses the shooter. We have a clean house after 2 stones. David Yeager's next stone is getting set up. He's got a little bit of a tighter line. So I was probably expecting it to go a little bit slower. Did definitely ask for the 3 guard. I did see it this time. So judging from David's form, he's curled at least for a couple seasons. He may not be an extremely experienced curler, but he's at least got some experience because he definitely didn't look like a complete newbie. All right, he overcorrected on that and hogged the stone. I thought he hogged the stone, but it made it in play. I would have sworn I saw the sweepers touch that stone like they were going to take it out, but I guess not. All right, so we have a stone in the guard position over here, just right of the center line. Guarding the edge 4. Mark Howera getting ready to throw his second. Looks like Bruce Black's asking him to draw in behind it. Stone is on its way. all of our games here in the first end here in this Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. That came up. Actually, it's a guard, center line guard. Deep guard, but it's clear of the house. So we're still throwing no guard zone. So Julie Yeager being asked by Scott to draw around that. Okay. Her delivery is a little less stable, but not bad. I mean, I give it it's a solid, probably, I'm going to guess, second or third year curler delivery. That's totally a guess. If somebody out there knows, feel free to speak up. Stone is coming in. Definitely did okay on the line. And it's going to draw to the back for maybe just touching back 8. Pretty much behind that center guard. Very respectable first stone of the tournament for Julie. All right, so now Doug Andrew getting ready to throw his first. Bruce basically called for a sit on top of that yellow stone that was just delivered, which would put it as the shot stone behind the.
So the cord is connected. Is the router level? Yeah. So that's what I. But the fact that it's out for everyone but us implies that I don't think so. Yeah, it's not a bad point. All right, well. Yeah. So.
Okay, we may be back to being live. Apologies if you were attempting to watch and you were like, where have we been for the last 5 minutes? We lost internet connectivity. We are back. If somebody is on the stream, can you please type something in the window so that we know that we're back and you're live and you can see us and hear us? It would be very appreciative. Something in the window. Okay, marvelous. Thank you. Thank you, nice people. Okay, we are back. We are live. We apologize for that 10-minute outage. Thank you, Jamie Belafontaine, for trying to figure it out, although it magically fixed itself. We don't know what happened. Okay, Jamie's taking credits. Whatever Jamie did a marvelous job. Good job. Congratulations. You're now the expert. We're calling you next time. All right. While we were gone, Bruce Black's team was basically forced to take a 1. So it is 1-0 Black over sponsorship perks in that first end. On sheet C, board games wait got a 2 to go up 2-0. And over on sheet D, the Carl Anderson experience stole 1 to be up 1-0. We have no idea what the score is on A because nobody hung a score. So we'll get that when we get it. All right, we are now working our way through the second end here. Where are we at? We are at Red's 4th stone. Doug Andrew throwing his 2nd of the end. There's currently a single yellow stone in the house, although it is not in the house anymore. It has been taken out. Shooter also rolls out. There is a red stone just biting the top 12. So that's kind of where we stand right now. Julie Yeager throwing her, what it would be her 2nd stone of the end, I believe. No, I'm sorry, it's her 1st. No, it is her 2nd. Her 2nd stone of the end. Sorry, we're having to reset here. She's looking to draw behind that corner guard. It's a very wide corner guard. She's going to tick off of it and spin in. Is she going to get enough to get behind the center guard? Boy, it's got to be close. She got, if it hadn't been for that last little wacky spin, it would have got behind. Instead, it spun out. It is exposed, so now we have an option for Bruce Black to do a soft hit and roll behind to be lying 2. John Hale asking Bruce Black, who is skipping but throwing 3rd stones for Team Black, to do that, like I said, that light hit and roll under. Bruce's stone is on the way. Kind of a light control weight hit. Mark Howera is on it, just kind of observing the line. Got the hit, is going to roll out to the edge of the 12 behind that corner guard. Interesting. So that red lies 2. Not with, without the hammer this end. And apparently that Aldi A? I can't read the.
Yes, it's Show Carl Anderson Team Camera Live.
Okay, so the we have a big fan for the Sheet D Carl Anderson Experience game. They're currently up 1-0 after 1. We do have some views that will show all 4 sheets on occasion, so we'll cut to that as events warrant. Stone on its way from Team Dunham. Drew in nicely behind the guard, covering the previous redstone, so that's definitely a shot, and it's in a pretty unremovable location. So that's handy for sponsorship perks. Looks like Bruce Black is going to attempt to draw over on top of it. Bruce Black's stone is on its way. It's maybe a little bit wide, not horrible. Doug Andrew trying to get it to cut a little bit. Doing a pretty good job. Might be a little heavy to sit on. It's going to get the tap. It's going to roll to be exposed. That's not great. Little heavy. Little heavy, did more of a jam than a freeze. Red does currently lie 1, but that stone is very exposed, and it's reasonable to assume that Andy Dunham is capable of making this hit, possibly in his sleep. So stone is on its way. Sweepers aren't touching it. Still not touching it. Still not touching it. Now they're touching it. And only a little bit, just basically enough to get a nose with a little bit inside roll. Not a ton. It's exposed, but it did get the hit. Yellow lies 2. And Bruce is telling John Hale, the vice who throws 4 stones, to pop that yellow and try to roll under that red guard up top 12 and go from there. We are getting ready to start throwing some hammers here. It's going to be the yellow team's hammer over on sheet D. Pretty open house. There's just the there's 2 red stones in the one in the 12-foot, one bisecting the 8-foot. As the curl down for what? Skip is in the house getting ready to throw his hammer. I'll tell you how that goes in a minute. John Hale's stone is on the way. It's curling in. It's definitely got the hit, but I don't think it's going to curl under. No, pretty much just a straight nose. So it is open for a hit. It's going to hit and try to roll under. Over on D, the stone was a good enough draw. Yellow 1 ties that game up at 1 over on D. Carl Anderson experience and curl down for what? Tied at 1. All right, Scott Dunham's first stone is on the way. He's being asked to hit and roll under, basically roll for about a foot to our right. Looks like it's going to be a nose or maybe even a little outside nose. Pretty much just nose. That leaves it exposed. Not exactly what he had in mind. Adequate in terms of getting the hit to lie 2. But it gives me slack. John Hale could hit that and roll under to be lying the 1. Just trying to figure out a way to if he can generate a force. Even the hit and roll under is not inaccessible. There's only the 1 guard, but it would at least be a more difficult shot. All right. Currently, it feels like John Stone is a little wide. All right, it's coming in nice. It's coming in nice. It's not going to roll under. It's pretty much going to be a nose. So that just leaves a nose hit for 2 for Scott Dunham. Odds are good he's going to get this. And hey, they hung a first end score on sheet A. Yellow got 1 in the first end. So Team English is up 1-0 over Roanoke Valley after 1. So all of the games are either done with their second end or in their second end. Sorry, done with their second end or in their third end. All right, Scott Stone is on its way. They're just keeping it clean. Looks like it's going to be a nice little nose hit. Bam, boom, 2 points yellow. 2-1, sponsorship perks over Team Black. So we begin the third end here on our feature sheet. Sponsorship perks up 2-1 over Team Black.
So it's 1-1.
No, it's 2-1 sponsorship. No, you got to put the 2 in the second end. There. We're now on the third stone of the end. We have a corner guard and a center guard, kind of the standard book opening that thousands of curlers have done millions of times. Sponsorship perks looking to get a tight center guard that may be biting the house. I can't tell. Apparently it is because Bruce is expecting to pull it out. Mark Howera being asked to take that stone out. And it appears he has done so pretty effectively. Yep, chips it out, loses the shooter, clean house after 4 stones. We did get a second end score on sheet C. Yellow stole 1. Board game's weight is up 3-0 after 2. And the game on A is still working its way through the second end. The game on D, we have the 1-1 tie. Yes. The hammer is actually coming up here on A. Red looking to deal with there's 4 yellow stones in the house, or at least 3. The 4th one might be biting, hard to say. He's trying to do a raise on his own to at least cut down or maybe score. Is he about to tap in? No. So that shot comes up short. There's at least 3. There might be 4. They're taking a look. They kicked it. I don't know what the resolution was. I do know that yellow got at least 3, so Team English is up at least 4-0, possibly 5 after 2. 3. So it was a 3. So they're up 4-0 after 2 over on sheet A. George Shirk saw my finger call and was like, now everybody's working in the third end. Yep. Good. We're good. guard peeled. Got a nice little guard stack on the center line. As a red stone fully exposed out the back 8. Bruce was just taking a look at that, not Bruce. Yeah, Bruce Black, never mind. Taking a long look at that stack of yellow guards up front to see if he needed to, if he could safely clear it. Apparently he thinks he can, so Doug Andrew being asked to pound some energy into the system up top, and we'll see what happens. Okay, his instinct was correct. He thought he could make it not jam on his Nabaki. It did not. So, although only one of the center end of the Yellowstones cleared, so I'm not completely sure that really did what Bruce had in mind, but it at least changed the situation a little bit. Looks like Scott's asking his brother Andy to take out that one in the back 12. I'm sure he'd like to roll behind the guards. He may not be that fussy about it. He's got the hit, rolls over towards the middle, not quite enough to behind the cover. This does give Bruce the opportunity to possibly hit that and roll himself under behind the cover. Not sure if that's what he's got in mind or not. He and John Hale are kind of taking a look. All right, John Hale has the broom down for Bruce, who's skating down towards the hack here. Definitely looks like, based on what I'm seeing, that is what the call is. It's going to be that hit of the yellow and possibly try to flop over underneath the cover. It's a solid, good shot. There's no guard in the way or anything. Expectation is this should probably happen without too much trouble. Bruce Black's stone is on the way. They got the sweepers on it immediately. He's like, John's concerned he's a little tight. I don't think he is. He may just be fine-tuning the line. He's past the guards, got the hit, and not quite enough roll, but not horrible. He's in the back 4. Looks like Scott's asking Andy to just freeze on that in the back. Scott pushing out. I am not sure if that's going to curl enough to get the job done. Oh no, here it comes. Never mind. It's not going to roll under. It's going to hit and roll the outside. But oh, and it was a tap more than a hit. That's not quite what he had in mind, I don't think. So right now, that yellow stone is exposed. Bruce can hit it, and if he can hit it and then roll under the cover, that's becomes a pretty powerful situation for him. second, adjusting the line a little bit, bringing it in just slightly. He's in the hack. Getting himself all set up, ready to go. Stone is on its way now. He's got the hit. Is he going to get the roll? No, pretty much nosed it. Oh, ticked his own. Not enough to be a problem. So we now move on to skip stones. Scott Dunham's first is going to be a hit on the stone Bruce Black just delivered with a goal of rolling it underneath the cover. The hit occurred. He did roll in slightly, but not behind the cover. It is exposed. So breaking news flash at the 7:30 draw, the next game. Is that 7:30? Whenever the next draw is. Jamie and Dave will be having a head-to-head matchup. So, I'm sorry, that's at 7:30 in the morning tomorrow. So we know there's some folks who are tracking the internal competition between those two, and that's what they've got going, it appears. John Hale's first stone of this end on its way. The mission is hit and roll under. The hit's going to happen. I'm not sure that the roll under is going to. Nope, it's going to be another nose. And roll to the outside. So here's Scott Dunham's final stone of this third end. And we've got a third end score over on sheet D, another 1. The Carl Anderson Experience took that one with the hammer. They're up 2-1. Gentle hit and stick wide open for Scott Dunham. So it looks like, assuming that they can make the hit, the Team Black will have executed their mission to get there too. Got to make the hit and stick, but it's wide open. There's very little reason that John Hale shouldn't be able to do this, because frankly, John Hale's been curling longer than most of the Dunhams have been alive. Stone is on its way. Hopefully they're looking for the hit. Feels a little wide to me at the moment. Feels a lot wide to me at the moment. I'm concerned. They're trying to curl it. They're trying to curl it in. They're going to get the hit. I don't know that they're going to get the stick. They got the hit. Oh, and worse, it cleared. cleared their own red out, and it's stuck. Sponsorship Perks steals one, is up 3-1 after 3. So it was a classically set hit battle, and unfortunately John Hale came up just a little bit short on that last one to give away the steal. Really can't afford to give the Dunhams that kind of freebie. What's going on sheet C? All I see is a bunch of granite. I see a bunch of granite. Oh my God. Sheet C, we've got all of the stones in play. Let's just cut to the chase here. As Red is getting ready to throw their hammer, they're lying 2, probably. They're definitely lying 2. I'm not sure from my angle if they've got 3 or not. This looks like they're just calling for a draw. Yeah, okay, it's definitely a 2. Could be trying to get to it for a hit, which would actually be a hit for 4. So let's see what Tata and Cherio's skip can accomplish here. Stone is on its way. Sweepers are on it. More of a clean than a effort at the moment. Well, now they're bringing some heat. If they get past the guard, they might pull this off. Pop, 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 fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. 4 red takes a 4-3 lead after 3 on sheet C. Tata and Cherio puts up the 4. Well executed. Meanwhile, we're still playing front-end stones here on sheet B. Basically building the guard story. Nothing in the house yet. 2 yellow guards on the center line, again with a little bit of overlap. Seems to almost be kind of a classic guard pattern that the Dunhams prefer to play. I don't know. And Bruce Black has a corner guard and is getting ready to attempt a draw behind the 2 yellow stacked guards. Asking Mark Howera to throw a second like that. So this looks like it's going to be a tap into the guard pack. Now it's a guard triangle, guard threesome, if you will. Hopefully you won't, but you know. So due to popular demand here, we're working on getting sheet D's camera in the corner, in the picture-in-picture view at least. We currently got C on there rather than D, but our technicians are working on it. Doug Andrews' stone is on the way. looks a little light. And it's also going to plow into the guard stack. So now it's a 4-guard guard stack. Well, it's really a 3-guard line and a loose guard over to the right of it. But the Dunhams have got to feel good about how they're treating their team now. Julie Yeager preparing to throw her second.
5, 4, 3.
Okay, so we're having some problems getting the Sheet D cameras fully on the picture-in-picture. You can kind of see some of it in this corner of the of the view going on over there. Yeah, we do have the score up. Well, no, we don't. We have the Sheet C score up now, but we'll try to get you the D pictures once we can figure out what's going on as to why it isn't happening. At the very least, we'll keep you up to date as best we can. Doug Andrews' second stone on its way. Bruce has asked him to kind of draw in on that yellow that's currently behind the guard stack. He's got to get past the guard stack. I don't know if he's gonna, nope, he's gonna ticket, but he is gonna spin in. Actually, he spins 2 in, the shooter and the one that they hit. Neither of them get behind the guards, but it is a nicely split house if they can get to that yellow. There we go. There's the camera, although it's not going to work. I mean, there's a camera. Andy Dunham being asked to pile another one in behind the guard stack. Stone's on its way. Needs to start curling. It's not actually clear of the wide guards yet. Okay, here it comes. Now it's in the slot, and it's coming in, and it looks like the weight's going to be about right. Top 12, maybe touching top 8, which is just fine. They got no objections to that. Oh, yellow lies 2. It is open, so Bruce should be able to get John to take that out. And actually, John's looking to see if he can get the angle to take them both. Might as well take a shot at it, right? Bruce Black walking back to the hack, getting himself settled in for his delivery. He's getting ready. He's being asked to hit this yellow. John's hoping to get the angle to take out both yellows. If he does, he'll be very happy. If he just gets one, as long as he rolls out underneath some cover, he's okay with it. Stone's on the way. Mark's putting some broom to it to try to keep it a little bit straight. Pretty good on the line. Boom, boom, and everything goes. Nicely done. Well done. Bruce Black throws that very nicely. Red's lying 3. The stone they just delivered is wide open, but that takes care of a lot of problems for them, frankly. And it's a very nicely spread 3. It's going to be very difficult for Dunham to pick out more than one of them at a time. And we are on, we're on Skip Stones now. So, well, no, it's not. No, he's not. Last Vice Stone. I'm sorry. So.
Oh, wrong way, hard. Whoa.
Sweepers are on this. They've got the hit. It's not going to roll. It rolled pretty well under, but it's not shot deep. It's the second shot. So Bruce doesn't really have to deal with that immediately if he doesn't want to. It doesn't look like he wants to. It looks like he wants to. Looks like he wants to draw under the left-hand guards. Comes the draw. It looks a little hot, although not bad. And it should get close to burying. It's going behind the tee, back in the back 8, but it is buried. It's not bad. Scott Dunham settling in the hack. Looks like his intent is to try to draw on top of the one that was just delivered to the back of the 8. Stone's on the way. Trying to get it to curl to bury. Weight might be a little high. It's starting to spin in like it might. Basically puts it right on the button, but that's exposed. So probably hittable and stickable and all of that kind of thing. So Bruce's plan is to ask John to hit that and flop over to the side of the 4-foot.
That's why I was trying to let it.
All right, fourth end is over on sheet D. The Carl Anderson experience took another steal of 2. They are up 4-1 after 4. I know his legion of fans will be glad to see that. Stone for John Hale was a little inside the line. It's going to pile into the guards. Tap, tap, tap. Ooh, promotes a second yellow in. That's a problem. So, looking like a situation where the sponsorship perks team led by the Dunhams, Scott and Andy, Julie Yeager and David Yeager, are going to try to kind of guard something up and see if they can make it so that they can steal some more and take a commanding lead in this game. Scott Dunham in the hack, pushing out. Has released a stone. They're looking for a guard. Currently, it looks like he threw about a 2, is what the front end was calling. But with sweeping, they can certainly make it deeper than that. They don't really care as long as it's on the center line and it's in the 2-3 zone, probably. And it looks like it's going to be on the center line in the 2-3 zone. So, shockingly, a funded USA curler is able to throw a competent guard. I'm shocked. No, seriously, I am. That's a lie. Yeah, we were talking about it at the beginning of this too. I love it. Best idea ever. It's a good idea. Okay, so I just got a scouting report on the Jaegers. So apparently the Jaegers, they didn't just buy their way here. Well, they did buy their way here, but they're good enough to be here on their own. They are both 5 and under curlers, but they're in like their 4th year. And according to my spies here in the warm room, from Diamond State, they know what they're doing. And that has been shown by the curling so far. Here comes the hammer, chips nothing out. Oops. Yellow steals 2. Is that the end? Yes, that is the end of that end. Yellow steals 2 to go up 5-1 at the half. So basically, this is kind of almost unfair. You've got international caliber back end Dunham and Dunham, and a pair of, yeah, okay, they're 5 and unders, but they're 5 and unders that know what they're doing. That's not fair. I don't care. They're not in my pool. And apparently they're lawyers. It makes it just that much more special. Okay, she's a lawyer. He is not. But and he's a computer jockey. Okay. So yeah, we might as well just start engraving trophies now. Just saying. Team Black down 5-1 here in the 5th end. And Dunham's put up a center guard. I mean, I haven't seen any holes in their game yet. I mean, yeah, David and Julie missed a couple early on, but there's no practice, no pregame practice. Everybody misses in the first couple ends. It's, you know, there's no pregame practice, there's no warm-up, there's no any of that sort of thing. So, you know, knowing the ice is a challenge. The shock that they're up 5-1. Black has not really made all of their shots, which is a problem. All right, that was the hammer on A, I think. That was the hammer on A. At least one yellow, pretty sure one yellow, makes that 8-0 after 4 over on sheet A. And we should have a 4th end score on C also. I don't see what it is.
One red.
Yes, I do. 1 red in the 4th on C, making that 4-3. Tata and Cherio, no, 5-3? 5-3. Tata and Cherio over board games weight. All right, everybody's in the 5th. Yay! So yellow has the standard lead stone entry number 16 out of the book. I bet you didn't know there was a book. Which is 1 in the 8-foot top, guard in front of it in the 2 zone. Red has a corner guard. Red has a corner guard, but can't. But the corner guard is guarding the edge of the 12-foot. That's not great. So we have a little bit of a tick shot. The warm room is giving David Yeager grief about doing his job as a lead. Not sure why they're giving him grief. I'll get over it. He probably deserves it. It's okay. Julie Yeager getting ready to throw her first. Based on the broom, it's probably pile a second one into the house. Stone is just redirects off the guard the slightest little bit. Probably a good thing it did, because otherwise it probably had enough speed. It was probably going to go through. And instead, it scrubs off enough speed to sit in back 8. Yellow lies 2, 1 undercover, 1 exposed in the back. And Bruce Black's beginning the cleaning up of the front of the house. Wants to peel his red. I believe he wants to peel his red into the other yellow guard. Potentially get rid of both of them. At the very least, make the yellow guard go away. I feel like this is an overcurl. It's because it is. And it's going to peel the red. That's all it did, is peeled the red. Guard back. Not quite in the house. Doesn't need to be. It's fine. Bruce asking to peel that out of there. Doug Andrew throwing his Second stone of the end. Definitely has the hit. Chips out the back one. Red roll. Yellow does not roll out at all. It's just over to the left side of the center line. It's got a corner berry. Yellow still lies 2.
I like the outturn draw.
Andy Dunham sliding out, is being asked to draw behind the cover into the forefoot. I'm not going to say he's done this shot a million times, because a million's a really large number, but I guarantee he's done it 10,000 times, maybe 20, possibly 50. But he's going to chip on the guard, it appears. Yes. Doesn't quite get the line right. So a little bit of an opening for Team Black, maybe. I mean, not much of one. They need to catch a break, and they need to catch it soon. All right. Bruce Black down in the hack, basically being asked to do a hit and flop. They haven't had the best. They haven't had the best of luck executing these today, but they're gonna try. Past the guard will be okay. Oh, they're not past the guard. They tripped the guard. Okay. They chipped 2 stones into the house. Their 3rd and 4th shot, so that's not great. But they did completely open up. Both of the yellows are currently open. So if they get a mistake from the Dunhams, they might be able to do something about this and maybe climb back into this game, but they need a mistake from the Dunhams, which is not a thing that happens. All right, Bruce Black's stone is on the way. He's gonna chip that top yellow, hop onto his. Yellow's still lying too. So we have a fifth end score update over on sheet D. Curl draw for Wood. Got a 1. They are now down 4-2 after 5. John Hale in the hack, getting ready to throw his first stone of this fifth end. He's looking to kind of do a gentle tap of that stone in the forefoot. They're working it hard. If he gets past the guard, it might work. He taps the guard and spins into a high location. Yellow is still sitting 3. So unfortunately, we aren't able to actively show you sheet D. We keep you up to date on scores, and we do have some occasional 4-sheet views we can show. But we don't have the right cameras active at the moment to show you sheet D. Sheet D is the one that we generally focus on. So we do the best we can to keep you up to date on it. And you can kind of see some stuff off in the sides and things. That's about the best we're going to be able to do. It's a very close game right now, though. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to compliment the Curl DC kitchen staff. They've just served a marvelous dinner. Come to one of our Bonspiels. We will feed you well. John Hale preparing to throw the hammer here. He's looking to try to tap his red up onto the yellow that's currently on the button. It's only a shot for 1, and it's against yellow 3 at the moment, so it's pretty risky here. He needs to get this, or the game's going to get completely out of hand. And he completely flashed that. He did at least take out the yellow in the back and sit, so it's only yellow 1, but it is yellow 1, which makes the score 6-1 after 5. All right, so we've got the all-sheet shot right now, so you can kind of see what's going on. In all of the games. Sheet A, they did not hang. They haven't hung a 4th end or 5th end score, unfortunately. So we're not sure what's going on over there. So we're not sure what that score is, but the other games, there you go, you got them all up to date. Okay, we apparently have a game over on sheet A, as they are now throwing their tiebreaker last shot draws. So the final score was a lot to nothing. I'm not sure what the final a lot was, but the game is over. So that would be Team English over Roanoke Valley. You may see them throwing stones over in the side. As a tiebreaker for this pool play spiel, all of the teams after their first game everybody throws a single draw to the button. Those get measured, and then the 2 out of the team's best 4 get measured or get counted, and that's what's used as a tiebreaker in case of to seed the teams for every round, which is going to matter because after the second round, the teams are get reseeded into pools. Basically, the idea is being the teams that are undefeated, 2-0, or potentially 1-1, 1 win and 1 tie, because ties are possible in this, go into a pool. The teams that have 1 win and 1 loss go into a middle pool, and then the teams that are 0-2 go into the lower pool. And then they play a couple more games there, and then from those pools, there's some relatively complicated rules about advancing to playoffs based on what pool you're in and what place you're in that second round pool. Teams can go anywhere from, there'll be 2 teams that are undefeated at the end of the 4th round. Those 2 teams will go straight to the A bracket final, all the way down to there will be some teams that are 2 wins and 2 losses who will be in the D event as a quarterfinal. There's also a C event quarterfinal, and there's some B event also. So basically, as long as your team's got 2 wins in the first 4 games, they're guaranteed an event playoff of some sort. Now, there have been a couple teams that have tied in their first game, so 4 teams actually, 2 ties. So that probably means that there'll be some, that's going to throw a little bit of chaos into it, but basically there's still very likely to be, if you end up with one win, I don't know, hard to say at this point exactly what's going to happen, but 1 win, 1 tie, and 2 losses, if you had a good tiebreaker LSD, might be enough to advance you. It's going to be hard to say for sure. We are progressing through the 6th end here. We are currently on Vice Stones. Current situation, yellow has 1 in the full 12-foot over here on our right-hand side. Left as you see it on the screen. Red has 1 just barely biting the 12-foot over here on the our left, your right. And it looks like that's what Scott is asking Andy to deal with, which makes sense. They're playing the scoreboard as much as anything. They're up by 5. So you take care of red stones, prevent Team Black from mounting any sort of big end. That's just gonna, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. They've got the hit, and even a little bit of roll towards the middle. There's no guard for them to hide behind out over there, but that's still beneficial to them. Bruce Black throwing his first vice stone of this 6th end. does a pretty excellent job. Drifts a little bit behind the tee, but that's not horrible. Okay, it's not actually shot, but it's behind the cover over here on the right-hand side as we're looking at it. Left-hand side as you see it on the screen. Okay, now it's the right-hand side as you see it on the screen. It is second shot. Like I said, though, that yellow stone that's over on the other side that is shot is fully exposed. So that's probably... Okay, that's okay. Looks like Dunham is calling for a clearance. Asking his brother Andy... Nope, I'm sorry. Andy is asking Scott to hit those two guards. They probably both go if he does it on the correct...
Sheet D is completed. I didn't see the last score, though.
Sheet D ended. That probably means that the Carl Anderson experience won the game because they were ahead. They didn't hang their sixth, but they were ahead. They probably got. I need to find out what their score was, but they did definitely. Looks like they've. Well, I don't. They wouldn't be standing around like that if they weren't done. So yeah, they must be done.
I saw them fist bump. I think they're just waiting to do their stones, I guess.
It could be. So we know that the Carl Anderson experience won that game. I guess we don't technically know. It's possible yellow put up like an 8 and demoralized the other side or something. But I feel like that would be, there would have been a much larger reaction if something like that had occurred.
Yeah, no, I saw the house before they cleared it, and it looked like there was a lot of red in there.
Okay, so the Carl Anderson experience definitely got something going. We're working our way into skip stones. Red just executed a very nice little shot. They're currently lying 2. Both are exposed, so that's a problem, but probably not much of a problem, frankly. So they're... Dan, do me a favor. Please? Thank you. They're both exposed, so right now Scott Dunham is preparing to take out the one over here on the right. Probably wants to roll over towards the middle a little bit. Probably not terribly fussed about it. Got the hit. Does roll. Not to a point where he's shot, so actually Bruce doesn't have to deal with it if he doesn't want to. He could just draw to the 8-foot on the other side and keep his split house. But it doesn't look like that doesn't look like what he's got in mind. Bruce is having John hit that one that was just delivered, put on the center line, and he wants to roll, of course, to keep the house split. He's trying to get his skip's deuce, which I guess actually would be a vice's deuce in this case, but gets the job done. Solid, pretty good nose, probably doubleable with a excellently thrown stone. Conveniently enough, the Dunhams are capable of throwing excellent stones, so I have a sneaking suspicion 2 red stones are about to go bye-bye. John Hale's looking back in the warm room. John Hale's looking back in the warm room at me with a, this is not going well for us look on his face, and I can't say I blame him. I mean, you know, there are very few other sports where you, an ordinary club-level recreational competitor, can get worked over by the national athletes. I don't know of any other sports where, I don't actually know of any other sports where you can do this, frankly. So it's one of the beauties of curling, and boom, and Really, Scott? Did you have to do that, Scott? Okay. Pretty sure Bruce Black is going, you know, that trophy that we got for winning the Wood Memorial Bonspiel a couple weeks ago looks lovely on the mantle, and I feel good about that. And I'm going to remember how that felt. Because, yeah, this game is not going their way. Bruce is asking John to do a simple hit and stick for 1. That would put them down 4 after 6. And it's a little wide. It's a lot wide. It's not coming back yet either. Houston, we have a problem. It's going to hit, but I think it's going to roll out. I think we got another steal. We do have another steal. That's a steal of 1. That's 7-1 after 6. Not sure, but I think Bruce's team has had its fun. Yep. It's another nice thing about curling. You can say, I know when I'm beat. And sponsorship perks, Scott Dunham, Andy Dunham, Julie Yeager, and David Yeager did what they were expected to do, working Team Black over to win this game 7-1. So the only game that we still have on the ice is over on sheet C. That is, who is that? That is Tata and Cherio against Board Games Wait. Right now, that score is, is that score? There it is. 6-3 in favor of Tata and Cherio as we are in the 7th end.
Actually, it's 8-3.
8-3. Okay, sorry. Our scoreboard's a little behind. It's 8-3 in the 7th end. So this game may not have a lot longer to go either. Which means the ice crew will have a little bit extra time to get ready for the next draw. So the next draw will be at 6:45 p.m. It is the second game for the Pool 1 teams, because Pool 4 is composed of teams who couldn't get here until late tonight due to travel or whatever. So the schedule's a little bit weird today, and that's okay. It will be on sheet A, will be the Pittsburghers, who tied their first game, against Team Sake, who lost their first game. Sheet B will be Sweepwalkers. They won their first game against Team McNeil, who tied the Pittsburghers. Ask me how I know. I was there. Sheet C will be RPI 1. They won their first game against Parrot Trap. They also won their first game. One of those two teams will be 2-0. And then Sheet D is Band of Johnsons against Last Minute Entry. They both lost their first game. So that'll be our 6:45 p.m. Lineup. Still see the teams on B throwing their draws. They're just throwing their measured draws. get that all squared away. And we're here in the 7th end, working our way through. Where are we at? We are at Yellow's first Vice Stone. That is Board Games weight, who is composed of Skip Dan Pearson, Vice Cassie Drogose, second Matt Dampf, and lead Vinny Burzi. They're from the Bucks County Curling Club, and they are against Tata and Cherio, Michael Greene, Andrew Carpenter, Maggie Clausen, Christine Glueckert of the Long Island Curling Club. Tata and Cherio throwing red, currently ahead 8-3. Yellow currently has 2 in the house. Pretty much they're in a situation where they need to put up a pretty decent score there. A 3 would be great. 2 would be probably enough to keep them to throw the 8th. But they need to get some points because they're down 5 and they're running out of game.
I don't want to touch it.
So this is definitely an attempt at a hit. I'm not sure it got it. No, it flashed past. So Board Games weight still lying 2, and they can put up a 3rd, or okay, they're looking to put up a guard, actually. There's the shot that was called.
Maybe 14-5 for you.
They can do except watch it.
All the way! Bring it in! Hard! Bring it in! Gotta go all the way! Right! All the way! Take it all the way! All the way! Hard!
They're looking to try to bring it over. It's not an effective guard. It did not get far enough over. So there's definitely a hit opportunity here for the skip from Board Games weight. This is the skip, right? Yep, we are now on skip stones.
Defeated and are a little bit ticked off. Hey, as long as you don't go up with
Stone is on its way. Sweepers are on it a little, but not much. More of a clean than anything dramatic. Looks like it's going to get the hit. It does get the hit, and they do lose the shooter. They don't mind. Yellow does lie 1, likely to attempt to draw for 2. Red does have 1 more stone to see if they can do something about it. That's the overhead on the house. As you can see, that yellow stone, basically right behind the broom there, is shot. Stone is on its way. Board Games waits, skips first stone of the end. Weight feels pretty good. Maybe a little deep, but not bad. That's perfectly fine. That comes into the top of the 4-foot. It's mostly behind some cover. There's a guard up front that provides it some pretty good cover. Okay, so he's got this broom set up for, he's trying to do a draw to a freeze, I guess, on that one on the top 4. It's a defendable cut down because they don't even care. They don't care if they give up 1. They really don't even care if they give up 2. They just don't want to give up a big number. So. Right now they're in a position where they're giving up, where they're facing 2, could potentially give up a 3, which would make it an 8-3 game, and they'd have to play the 8th end because that's 2 points. 2 points to try to steal it. And shockingly, the Dunhams also know how to throw a last shot draw. No, really, I'm amazed. He missed the button. All right, they got the tap. They rolled. Oh, that's a nice shot. That is shot rock at the moment. Question is it exposed? It's partially exposed, at least. Yeah, well, but the yellow, there's a guard out front that kind of guards this line a little bit. It's gonna be tricky. You can get there. There is a hole. If they can get there and stick, they get 3 and this game stays alive. If they don't, it's probably game over. Going on where some sort of equipment malfunction or something. I'm not sure what's going on. The skipped knee slider was not with him. Not sure how that ended up. This is the second stone. Where do you have it on his first stone?
Yeah.
Interesting. But so basically, this is their hammer, and they pretty much need to get this hit to keep the game alive. Because definitely, if Red steals, I mean that's obviously game over. All right, stone is on its way. Sweepers are on it for straight. It's already off the center line. I don't know that he is there. He is not. He chips off that. And Red steals 1. Pretty sure that's going to be game over. Yes, it is. Red steals 1. We have concession. It is 9-3 after 7. That is the end of our games as Tata Cheerio wins. So our winners on this draw: Team English, sponsorship perks, Tata and Cheerio, and the Carl Anderson Experience. So that's going to wrap this up. We will be back at 6:45 for the next draw. And thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. See you in about 45 minutes.